Hey folks, welcome back to Simple Details and welcome to the next episode of Project R6 Avant. Now, what we've completed so far, we're moving along in this whole project. We're about halfway there, I believe. And so the first thing that we've done so far, if you have not seen the previous episodes, we took delivery of the vehicle, we inspected the vehicle, we also did the window tint with the nano ceramic window film. We've actually added on majority of all the performance modifications to get us to the horsepower gains that we're looking for this vehicle. And then now we have majority of the aero kit that we have here. So I made some hints in the previous episode of, that we have an aero kit that's being worked on. We had it, we sent it over to our guys over at Stockwell Modified to go ahead and get some paint and some clear coat on them. But I never told you what it was. So today's episode is really to discuss what we're going to do, how we're going to aesthetically change this RS6, make it even better, more aggressive to match the horsepower that we're going to give it. So I present to you the Mansory RS6 Avant kit. With this is a very extensive kit. We're going to be changing a lot of parts, and as you see here, we have the full entire front bumper that's going to be changed out to a full carbon fiber bumper. This has been returned. Now we are still missing some parts that's still over at the paint shop. We have about 5 parts in total that we are waiting for 4 small parts, and then of course the entire front bonnet or hood that's going to be made out of carbon fiber and exposed carbon fiber weave. Right? So the beauty I love about this is the front bumper, the aggressiveness. It's a large lip, but again, what we did is we opted in, instead of repainting the entire front bumper of the OEM color or the custom color we chose from Audi, which is a Bentley Midnight Emerald Green, we decided to paint part of the bumper with the OEM color and then expose the carbon fiber on the very front portion near the grills, on both sides of the grills. As you see here, we have it fully laid out as to everything that's going on. So we have some carbon fiber parts that's going to go on the fenders. We have the side skirts right here too as well. That's going to be placed underneath the OEM side skirts or the carbon fiber side skirts that we have on the car. We are going to cover up and replace the C pillar. So we have B, C, D. So the D pillars. So we're going to change that from gloss black here. We're going to change this from gloss black, the C pillars from gloss black to carbon. This is the roof spoiler. So this is going to go on top of the existing spoiler. Then we have the rear diffuser, and we have the tips. So we're no longer, even though we went with the Akapovich exhaust, titanium exhaust, and it comes with carbon fiber tips, we're going to eliminate the tips that come with the exhaust, and we're going to go with the Mansory tips that you see here in a ceramic black or satin matte black. Then you have the very, very aggressive diffuser. I think that's going to be my favorite part about this kit, aside from the front bumper, is the diffuser and how aggressive it is. Now, the pieces that we are missing that we're waiting for, which we should receive, are the lower piece of this diffuser. So we have a piece that runs below that. The front bumper also has another lip that's going to run along the bottom of it, so that we have that piece. And then we also have 2 pieces that go onto each side of the grille on the front bumper, as well as, like I said, the carbon fiber bonnet, or how we say it in the US, the hood. So this is going to be, again, very extensive. It's not wide body. I'm happy about that because I didn't feel like cutting into the car itself, but it is very extensive. We are going to change the dynamics of how this car looks, and we still have some wheels that are on their way, and I can't wait. This is going to be something totally different than what we've ever done, and I can't wait to reveal that to you. So our friends over at MV Forge are working on that for us right now. And as soon as we get them in, should be about the time that we're ready to place it on, we'll reveal that to you too as well. So we have a lot to do. I would say this Mansory kit does not come in the condition that you see here. So you see is a very nice high gloss finish on this carbon fiber parts. It does not come like that. The Mansory kit comes primed. So we still have to send it out to our painter, hence why we don't have all the parts here, to get it clear coated, and then also, or painted, whichever we choose. So some people will choose to paint over the carbon fiber weave and with the OEM paint or whatever paint that they choose, or color that they choose, and then some choose to go ahead and have the exposed weave exposed either in satin or a satin matte or in gloss. We chose to keep with the gloss variant. We're going to stay gloss with the carbon fiber weave, but this required a large amount of clear coat. It's a lot different than putting primer down and basically using some body work and for that paint to actually stick and really absorb. The carbon fiber, unfortunately, it does absorb a lot of clear coat. So we had, on a lot of cases, we had to put either 5 to 7 layers of clear coat on these parts just to avoid the excessive orange peel, the excessive texture, and wet sand, and it allows us to go ahead and wet sand it if we need to, and we have plenty of clear coat for us to do so without jeopardizing the integrity of the clear coat itself. So there was a lot of work that went into this. Just to get this done took us over 30 days, and we're still counting because we still have some parts that are being worked on by Joey over there at Stocko Modified. We are at the point now that we've already, as you see, we've already installed a lot of the parts. We're about to show you the process. Now, let me give you a little bit of insight on our plan here. We can easily go ahead and start putting this back together and putting it and installing it onto the car. But we're not going to do it that way. I really want to ensure that when we are installing this, the parts that we are installing on top of the car or on the painted areas, we want to put paint protection film down first, and then that way we can go ahead and install this onto the paint protection film. Just in case, again, you never know. If we have to reverse this, or we have to repair something, maybe again, something gets scratched and we have to replace PPF, we don't want to have to go ahead and rip it off of the paint and potentially damage the paint. We want to be able to take it off if we need to, off of the paint protection film, knowing the paint protection film is protecting the paint. So we have a certain order. It's going to make it a little bit more time consuming, but nevertheless, we're trying to anticipate future problems and make sure that if we have to rectify something that comes about that wasn't suspected or anticipated, we are able to go ahead and do that seamlessly and very streamlined. So what the next steps are in right now, we're going to show you what was all involved. We had a lot of work. Chris had to do a lot of work to install all of the electronics from that front bumper, which was a lot. We have a bunch of sensors, we have cameras, we have like 2 different cameras, 3 or 4 sensors on this. This does come with night vision option. So we have a lot of sensors that we had, and then of course, the parking sensors. I mean, again, we have a lot of sensors that we had to transfer from the OEM bumper on over to this one. So we're going to give you some insight as to, to that process. So that's the only thing that's going to get installed now is the front bumper. So that way we can plug up all those sensors and it doesn't light our dashboard up like a Christmas tree. And then from there, we're going to take it out, start getting this prepped, and getting the paint correction done on the paint on this car. After the paint correction, the next step up would be paint protection film. Now again, because this is a custom kit, it's going to require a lot of custom paint protection film installation. So we are going to, custom do the PPF on the bumper, the side skirts, the spoilers, and everything else that's involved in this Mansory kit itself. From there, once we have the PPF onto the car itself, that's when we're going to start installing the kit. So that way, again, anything that needs to be installed onto the actual paint, we can actually put it onto the paint protection film, and then from there we would apply some paint protection film and install the paint protection film onto the kit itself, protecting the kit as well. All right, so yes, I know that's a lot of process. I mean, again, most people are like, well, why don't you just install the kit? No, again, like I said, our job here is to anticipate issues. We want to make sure that, again, if there's any issues in the future, we can rectify it very easily with the way we're going about it here now. So a little bit more time that's involved, but trust me, I will thank myself later. So on to the installation of the bumper. We're going to give you some insight on that, and let's get this puppy ready to go out there, get it prepped, and get some paint correction done on this.